Now coming to a classic case, I will discuss two case studies. One is the land boundary agreement, where the territory of India Union is getting changed, and how the process has been followed for that. So what was happened is that there were some enclaves. Enclaves means basti that of India was present in the Bangladesh, and some basti of Bangladesh was in India, and that was because while during the partition there was a haphazardly redrawing of boundary, and some Bangladeshi people got stuck in the India and some Indian people got stuck in the Bangladesh. So India, because of this land boundary agreement, India transfers 111 enclaves comprising of 17,158 acres to Bangladesh. Okay, कितना ट्रांसफर किया? 17,158 acre to Bangladesh, and Bangladesh transfers 51 enclaves to comprising of 7,110 acre. So you mean to say that it is just changing the boundary, which can be covered under the Article 2 and Article 3. So, but this change require the constitutional amendments. Why it is so? Because see the difference. Here it is saying admission or establishment of new state. It is saying that you can admit anyone into the Union of India. But here just see, here India is giving more land to the Bangladesh and taking less land from the Bangladesh. So it means that the India is losing some part of the land. It means the overall area of the India is decreasing. So it will not come under the Article 2 and 3, and it was a very old issue. And when government consulted Supreme Court in 1958, Supreme Court mentioned that since this agreement is resulting in decreasing the area of the India, so it will not come under the Article 2 and Article 3. So to give effect to such agreement, you need it to be passed by a special majority. You need to pass it by a special majority, that is under Article 368. So because it would lead to the reduction in the total area of India, and that's why it was passed by the both houses of the parliament with the special majority, and finally this transfer of enclaves happened. So in this case, the constitutional amendments as by the special majority has been followed, because it lead to reduction in the total area of India. Now coming to the second case study of Telangana. So we have seen that how much powerful parliament is when it comes to formation of a new state or redrawing of the internal boundary. But is it happens in practicality? What is the ground level scenario? So for the Telangana, what was happened is that on 1st November of 1956, by passing the State Reorganization Act. One thing I want to mention is that I'm not covering the formation of all states like Himachal Pradesh, Mizoram, Goa, and all those historical stuff which you should read from the Lakshmikant directly. It does not involve any political concept kind of things. There are different commission like Abu Fazal Commission, JVP Commission. So you just need to read it from the Lakshmikant, and I am covering this new case study of Telangana in details to give a perspective of how it is tough and what are all those politics agitation goes on in the formation of a new state. So what will happen is that in 1st November of 1956, Telangana merged with the state of Andhra Pradesh. So Andhra Pradesh was formed after there was initially Madras presidency was a complete state. Then on 1st November of 1956, Andhra Pradesh was carved out of that, and which comprised of Telangana also, and form a Andhra Pradesh. This led to, but from that time also onward, people of Telangana has a demand for a separate state in 1969, and there was also demand for Andhra. So this Telangana and Andhra, they do not want it to be in one state. Both of them want a separate state for themselves. And what was the reason of that? Because the Telangana leaders, they said that the people of Andhra are colonizing the regions. Like the people of Andhra Pradesh region are grabbing the jobs. Everywhere there is a fight of jobs, land. Because if you dig down, there is always a fight of resources. And Telangana was presumed to be more prosperous because of the reason of Hyderabad and around, and there was a and the people of Telangana believed that there is a more more presence of Andhra people in their regions, and for that reason they want a separate states out from the Andhra Pradesh. Then, for that purpose, the government did not agree, and Indira Gandhi formed a formula for accelerated development of backward region. The that okay, we will not divide the two states. We will give more incentives so that the backward region of those states can be more developed, and there will be preference to the local candidates in the employment. So there will be more preference to the local candidates, so that the aspirations of the local people can be settled, and the demand for new estates can be withheld. But it does not stop there. In 1997, BJP government supported the Telangana movement. There was a rise in Telangana movement. There was a continued demand for Telangana movement and a separation of Telangana from the Andhra Pradesh, and there was a call of one vote, two states. But after that, when in 2000 there was a formation of Jharkhand. In 2000, Bihar se Jharkhand bana, because Jharkhand was a tribal area. Then again, because of to give the tribal more assertion and to respect their aspirations, Jharkhand was formed from the Bihar, and likewise Chhattisgarh was formed from the Madhya Pradesh, and Uttaranchal was formed from the Uttar Pradesh. So these things gave a new push to the Telangana movement. They think that if such a creation of new states can happen, then why not Telangana can be carved out from the Andhra Pradesh? Then Telangana Rashtra Samiti was floated by K. Chandrasekhar Rao, who is right now the Chief Minister of Telangana. He floated a new political party to revive the Telangana movement. So you can see how much agitation, then some give and take like this. Here the central government is giving some developmental initiatives. All those goes in when it comes to the formation of a state. In Telangana, there was a region called Karimnagar, which was the hotbed of the movement. There was like so much support from the university students. Some students have done suicide for the cause of Telangana, and finally, because to give the permanent solution to this problem, the central government in 2010 formed BN Sri Krishna Committee. BN Sri Krishna Committee interacted with lots of people after and different stakeholders, but it came up with the result that United Andhra is the better option for the development, because they are keeping the national perspective in high, because you cannot go on dividing more and more smaller states. So BN Sri Krishna recommended that the United Andhra is the better option. Again, the demand of the separate Telangana was not fulfilled. Then after that, Osmania University in the Hyderabad became the nerve center of the protest. They continued their demand for the Telangana movement. Finally, in 2013, the Congress decided to form a group of ministers, and the Congress Working Committee also recommended the formation of Telangana state. And once the Congress Working Committee and group of ministers recommended, Cabinet gave the approval. So you can see in Constitution what was mentioned, that the bill need to be passed by the recommendation of the president. Okay, so basically Cabinet is the more powerful. Cabinet gave the decision for the formation of Telangana. Then it will go to the president. President will give its consent. President will give it consent, and then the bill was placed in the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Again, very important thing which I have mentioned is that president will give it to state legislature. Like in this case, Andhra Pradesh Reorganization Act it will be, because Andhra Pradesh is getting carved out and Telangana is getting formed. So president will present the bill to the state legislature just for the expression of view. It does not need to be passed. But here you can see what it is happening in practicality. Andhra Pradesh Reorganization Act 2013 was rejected by the Andhra Pradesh Legislative Assembly. Okay, it was rejected by the Legislative Assembly. So that's why it was that's why because of some reason, what I want to emphasize is that in constitutional provision, there is no need to be passed it by the Andhra Pradesh Legislative Assembly. But in practicality, the aspirations of those and the objections were taken into account, and the 2014 bill was after some changes, it was passed into the Lok Sabha, and then it was passed into the Rajya Sabha. After that, the bill was sent to the president, and Pranab Mukherjee gave the assent to the bill on 1st March of 2014, and the bill was finally published in the official gazette of 2 March 2014. But the new state came into being on 2 June 2014, because in Act it was mentioned that the new state will come into the existence on the appointed day, and it was fixed as 2nd June of 2014, and 2nd June of 2014 is the Telangana, which is celebrated as the Telangana Day. So you can see the difference between the constitutional provision and what it happens in the reality, and what it all goes, the agitation and the demand and the push and pull happens while formation of a new state. Okay, thank you. The next lecture we will, and most important, you should read from the Lakshmikant all the formation of new states, which are the historical stuff. You should follow the resource book which I have mentioned, because just following the lecture will be not enough. You should read the book. The lecture will help you to understand the contents of the book, but almost 80% will be covered, 20% you have to do on your own. Thank you. The next lecture we will cover on citizenship, concept of citizenship.